Hey guys, Silverpaw Reads here. I just wanted to again apologize for the huge space between stories. I've been kind of busy with some people and stuff, and also fanfiction.net doesn't let you copy the stories, and I hate how wide it is. It makes me lose my place sometimes, so I like to copy and paste, but it doesn't let you do that, so I have to go edit in Chrome, and then I have to go bring it over to Google Docs, and then of course I have to put spacing back in it and everything. So it's just a lot of time, and I had a lot on my mind and stuff. So here we go, Chapter 3 of The Reason. 2 months flew by before I knew it. I had seen Francis, luckily Maddie wasn't with me, and Ludwig. They were both the same as ever. I even got to meet Ludwig's boyfriend, Feliciano. He was certainly cute, but seemed like he'd get on someone's nerves after a bit. Not that I really had any room to talk, but still. I had a new appreciation for Ludwig's patience. As for Francis, well, he was the millionaire owner of some dating website. I wasn't too surprised at that. He'd always been one for romance. Maddie and I had grown really close. I found out that when he was an only child growing up in an orphanage, that he loved vanilla ice cream with maple syrup. He could probably eat that stuff on anything, really. His favorite drink was orange Fanta. He slept with a little stuffed white bear, which I found oddly adorable. I had long ago abandoned the thought of thinking anything else about how I was weird for thinking things were cute, adorable, or sweet when it came to Maddie. With him, it just was. There was no logic to it, no sense to it. Again, it just was, and I didn't mind it one bit. School was going great. I was acing all of my classes. Maddie and I studied together every night since we had a lot of the same teachers, if not the same class. It turned out Maddie, once you got him out of his quiet little shell, he could be quite the comedian. He even could use sarcasm, which was a shock to me the first time he did it. I hadn't known sweet little Maddie had a fiery side, and I liked that I was the only one who saw it. Maddie didn't really hang around with other people, though, unless I drug him out of the dorm to go into the world. He would much rather sit and read all the time, and I found that I rather liked having Maddie's attention on me. I just figured that, that was because he was my best friend, so naturally I'd want to hang around him all the time. And when I said all the time, I meant it. Maddie and I were practically around each other 24/7, and when we weren't, it was because either he had a different class or I was drug off somewhere by Gilbert. And we were texting then. When he had become the center of my life, when had he become the center of my life? My thoughts... It seemed like every other thought was of him, if not every thought. Gilbert teased me about liking Maddie as more than a friend, but I didn't. It would be weird, and heroes aren't weird, right? I shook my head at the thought and continued with my research paper. It was easy enough to do. I didn't put too much thought into it anyways, seeing as it was the paper on something in which did not interest me one bit. After I finished, I decided to take a nap. Maddie was out at the store stocking up on some more food. We had both long ago decided it would be better if he did the shopping. And cooking, of course, and I would help clean up after the cooking because my skills in the kitchen were practically non-existent. Unless you wanted a glass of water, I could make a mean glass of water. And just as my eyes began to close, my phone began to go off. Without even looking at who it was calling, I answered. "Hello?" "Hey, Alfred," said a deep male voice. I should have looked at the damn caller ID. "What do you want?" I hissed into the receiver. "Oh, that's no way to talk to your father, Alfred Jones." "Oh, I wasn't aware I had one. You see, he isn't ever around." "Sorry, but I think you have the wrong number," I replied coldly, sitting up. "Ah, your words wound me. I was calling to see if you'd be coming home for Thanksgiving next week. I called your mom. It seems like she didn't know." "No, I'm not coming back there. Leave me alone, all right? Leave my mother alone too, old man. We don't want anything to do with you or your activities. Understand?" I growled lowly. All right, don't come home. I'll leave you to be. For now. Bye-bye, son." I hung up on him angrily. How dare he call me? After all the years of not calling or sending money to help my mom out, of never being around, he had no right to call me and be upset. I don't want to talk to him ever again. He had no right to try and drag us into his lifestyle. I want no part in his dangerous ways, not unless I wanted to end up in prison or dead. Or both. I ran a hand through my hair and sighed, feeling the anger roll off of me. I just wanted to strangle him. I want to hold him down and... "I'm back, Alfred," called Maddie as he entered with the grocery bags. Poof, my anger all disappeared into thin air. "Oh, hey Maddie, you got back fast," I said, getting up to help him. "Yeah, there weren't too many people out. Isn't there some sort of holiday about to go on?" he asked. We put things away in the kitchen. "Yeah, Thanksgiving's next week. You're going back home to Canada? You said something about a long-lost cousin of some sort." I said, No, I'm not going anywhere. Are you going back to Texas?" he asked, looking over at me. "No? You're that eager to get rid of me?" I laughed. He smiled. No. I was just wondering, is all. Looks like we will both be here then, huh?" "Oh, I know. We can have our own Thanksgiving," he said excitedly, looking at me for confirmation. What have I done to you? You've become Americanized, Maddie. Do you even remember how to spell Canada? To say eh? I joked. You're so dumb sometimes, Alfred. He shook his head, grinning. Oh, I don't know, Maddie. I haven't heard you say it in a while. Alfred, hockey is way better than football. How do you even watch that stuff? He smirked at me. Canada who? I replied, knowing he didn't like it when I said that. His expression was totally worth it. He hit me with a pack of noodles. Hush! You do not mean that, he laughed. Ah, true. So what did you get for dinner? Burgers? I asked with hope. He rolled his eyes. No, we had those last night. Honestly, Alfred, if you're going to be fat, you're going to be fat if you keep eating them so much. You could say that about your pancakes, Mountie. Oh, that was cold, Alfred. So cold. We were having spaghetti, hence the noodles I hit you with. Oh, okay, I said, slightly depressed. Matthew just rolled his eyes again. Shoo, I have to cook. I don't need to burn down the whole I don't need you to burn down the whole dorm trying to help. Go watch TV. I know there's a hockey game on. Mind turning it up so I can hear? I smiled and did as he asked. Who's playing? He called, hearing the game turn on. The Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs, I replied. Nice! Let's go, Maple Leafs! He said with enthusiasm. The game drug on as he cooked. He would get frustrated when a bad call was made on his team and he heard a bad play. Damn hosers! Back off, Canucks! I tried to conceal my laughter at his angry tone. What's so funny, Alfred? You were a hoser too, damn you! He called half-heartedly. Yeah, Maddie, I love you too! I called back with a laugh. He mumbled something about being a hamburger idiot and I just shook my head. Poor Maddie couldn't even swat a fly. He was just too... Maddie, extremely nice and considerate. As he brought out our plates, he sat next to me on the bed, absorbed in the game. We watched together. I even kind of got into it, though I'd never admit it. Hockey was kind of fun to watch, almost as nail-biting as football. I even found myself getting angry at bad calls made on Maddie's team. Maddie noticed and teased me, but he also found himself cursing in French at certain parts and making little victory dances in others. To put it simply, I was thoroughly amused.